Alrighty, here we go. It's story time. It's Silly Steve time. Finally, I get to dish about the Super Street Fighter 4 tournament that I went to. First, I'd like to say I had a good time, but it was interesting in a few senses. I had a few predictions. I don't know if I said them on screen or off screen. One of them was that maybe half or a few of the people had been to this arcade and played on the cabinet before. Anyway, and another one was that someone would be really good using the character Seth, who's whoa, what's going on here? Okay, so anyways, so Seth, who is the okay, so it was in the mall in an arcade, which makes sense. And I had trouble finding the place. I had a lot of time, so I finally found the arcade. I would say the arcade was almost almost smaller than what I thought it would have been. So anyways, yeah. So I couldn't even find out when I see this arcade or place. It's big, but there wasn't really like many people there. Like I seen a few staff people, like one staff person, no staff people walking around. A few people walking around the arcade. And then there was like a bar area off to the one side. So I finally figured out where to go to sign in. And I was there about at 6:20. And so I signed in. I had to pay my $10. It wasn't free. Nothing is these days, right? And they're like, all right, well, it's in that one room there. And they pointed to a room, and they're like, but it doesn't start till 7. So just wander around the arcade or do whatever it is you do. And okay, so I kind of laughed and went to the washroom or whatever. And then there was a group of guys that seemed like were obviously there for that. No, actually, they went in the room before that happened. I might have seen them playing on the one screen already, and then anyways. And it was almost like they didn't want me going into this room where the tournament was. Because there was one person there who was like, oh, may I help you? And all this. So it was so awkward. And then finally at 6:45, I went in. So it was like kind of like a bar area. There was a huge screen, which is like 80 inches or something like that. And there was the arcade cabinet, which is pretty big size screen, maybe I don't know, 42-inch screen or something like that. Anyhow, and so yeah, of course, all these guys were taking turns playing on it, and I figured, okay, well, obviously, that seems natural. Tournament's happening. Right. So time kept going on, and I almost thought like they forgot about me. Like, was I just like an observer now, and I wasn't even in this tournament? But nope, there was a guy with a piece of paper, and then so it was like, okay, well, it must be starting. Well, yeah, there was a few people that didn't show up, and there was 2 people there that were supposed to be just observers, but they'd obviously played on this cabinet before, and they were pretty good. And why they wouldn't have just been entered anyways? Oh, probably because they knew they weren't getting first. So, also too, here's what I think is a weird thing, which other people say isn't the weird thing, is everyone knew each other. There's one guy there with his girlfriend who basically seemed like he didn't know anyone there, like myself. Everyone else knew each other. And there's no way they can be regulars at this place. It's only been open for 3 months. Like I tell other people that, they're like, oh, of course he did. I mean, what, there's Super Street Fighter 4 tournaments going on all the time in this city that no one ever talks about or it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. There's a lot of things that just don't make sense about that. Unless they are just regulars there and we're playing it a bunch. Like, hey, let's just have a tournament. And I guess. I mean, it's possible. And they do have the machine there. So, anyways, I got to do my first match, and it was in the arcade. It's 3 like this, 3 rounds, and it was out of 3. And I got skunked. I lost twice, and then lost twice again. So they won the 2 out of 3. They used Dalsum, and I was using this character here, which is Ryu. Right? So then second matchup, I played one of the losers who was using I don't know how to pronounce the name. Ibuki? Yeah. Anyways, female character, which are usually good. And it was toe-to-toe. He won the first out of 3. Then I won the next out of 3. And when we had to do the tiebreaker. Went right to the very end, right to the very last hit. I did pull off my super combo, which dude just blocked. But still, I was able to do it on the arcade cabinet, which is good for a noob. I wasn't doing any throws because I was confused by the buttons. I was using both punch buttons instead of low punch and low kick. Oopsie on that. So I would have played maybe a little bit better if I could have thrown. My fault, my bad, I guess. But yeah, so the second time I played, I did a lot better, which I guess would make sense considering I played one of the losers. Had I played like one of the best people there, I might have lost like without even getting a hit in. There was one person there that lost without, and like again, they might have not known anyone or ever played on an arcade cab, and they got like smoked. Like that's really embarrassing, and that's basically what I was hoping wouldn't happen to me. So, and it didn't. Oh, and the one embarrassing thing that did happen was when I first played, I took the second player side because I'm the new guy there, so I felt it's customary, like playing black in chess or whatever. I selected the wrong character. I pressed the 1-up button because I didn't know how the thing works. Obviously, I'm the only new guy there. But someone else did do that, and they might have did it. I think they did it just to mock me, probably, which is fine. Most people there weren't assholes, but nerds definitely. They were definitely fucking nerds. But it was cool to play on an arcade cabinet. Also, it was Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, but it was the same one that I have on the 360, the one that I was played on my show and been practicing on. So I was happy about that because I didn't want any surprises that way, where it's like a character I never played against. Yeah, and people used a lot of different characters. There was one other person that used Ryu, and I don't think anyone, as far as I've seen, I don't think anyone used Ken. There's one person that used Chun-Li. There was a few on Bisons, but it's and I mean I expected that as well, to see people using different characters, not just. I did expect a lot of people to be using a Ken and Ryu, which wasn't a thing really. So at least it wasn't all 100% predictable. Did I use this twice here? I did. Okay, and and my story was pretty much over anyways. Alrighty, so, yes, thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to the story of my Super Street Fighter 4 tournament story. And I just needed to get out and maybe, is this something I'll ever do again? Probably not. Anyhow, video games, it's for the love of video games, for the love of the show, and for the viewers and stuff. Make sure you hit the bell, like, subscribe, share if you want, and all that. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.